Hello, my name is Paul, and I am the voiceover for a ministry provided to you by Jim Pugh at God is Government called Your Daily Bread. Taken from Christ's teaching of the Lord's Prayer in Matthew chapter 6, verse 11. This is a daily devotion ministry focused not only on uplifting scripture, but scripture that will grow your spiritual connection with Christ. We hope that you receive these devotions to uplift you, encourage you, but most importantly, advance your knowledge base of the Holy Scriptures. Today's focused discussion will be on understanding our common definition of life. Can we define life suitable for all? Maybe or maybe not. What we can do is look to the above definitions which form the majority of our thoughts and review the commonalities and major differences before we try to build a common understanding about the definition of life. What we have come to understand from the above definitions is that all have the following common root concepts of life. The energy that enables organisms to grow, reproduce, absorb and use nutrients and evolve, and in some organisms to achieve mobility, express consciousness, and demonstrate a voluntary use of the senses. The state of being, which begins with generation, birth, or germination, and ends with death, or the state of an animal or plant in which all or any of its organs are capable of performing all or any of their functions. Life is given to us by a creative source, God Force, through energy that creates cellular growth, death, and reproduction throughout our physical life. This energy sustains the physical life until it no longer functions, at which time a physical death occurs. As part of this physical life form, we all have a spiritual component, soul, which has yet to be completely defined by scientific means. This spirit exists before birth into a physical form, stays with us through this physical life form, and leaves the physical body upon death. The major difference in all the definitions is threefold. 1. Are we a spiritual being before we take a physical life? 2. What happens to our spiritual component, soul, after death? Can we do something as part of our physical life form to secure this life after death experience? 3. Can we upon a physical death return again in another physical life form? Isn't it interesting that every religion and profession can agree on what starts life and what occurs in a physical life, but it is in the life after death which causes our differences? Since we can agree on what a physical life is, why can't we agree on a spiritual life? So what has caused these different states of understanding? From the beginning of mankind, we have always lived in a world of diversity. Over these years, it has been easier to focus on the differences that divide our species, rather than the principles that unite us to the God of the universe. Our species is defined by religion, the color of our skin, the wealth of our societies, and the advancement in our technologies. Within the 4.5 billion years that scientists estimate our world has been in existence, mankind, our species, emerged some 250,000 years ago. During this span of time, we have sought out our individual differences and made these differences as invisible boundaries of class and societal cliques that fuel our every living day through separateness. Based upon these boundaries, we have used them to bring horror and suffering to countless members of the global family in ways we cannot even imagine. Together, we have shared the darkness of ourselves and everyone else in history through the persecutions, inquisitions, enslavements, and attempts to eliminate entire races through genocides from the face of the earth. In today's world, we have become in awe with seemingly miraculous technology that can heal disease and extend our lives to very advanced ages. At the same time, we find ourselves in a world where the very life that so many people fight to preserve is routinely extinguished through horror of atrocities and violence. Why? To what benefit does all this serve? Since we agree upon the beginning of life, is it the differences in our religious beliefs on life after death we are fighting about? Or is all this misery caused because we just have chosen to create such havoc on our world family for the unknown cause? In my childhood years, my grandmother told me on numerous occasions that humans don't do things of evil without a cause. She went on to explain that the majority of issues stem from the fundamental issue of basic understanding. She concluded her explanation by telling me that all misunderstandings can be avoided by open and honest communication. Wow! How does this basic premise of conflict resolution play in all the above? It is my conclusion that if we were able to come to the same understanding of the definition of life, that all our worldly issues would go away. However, I am not so naive to understand that unless everyone came to this same place of understanding, that the world issues will continue. People see themselves as money, power, political influence, and whatever else that separates them from the basic understanding of life. This hasn't changed for thousands of years. However, if we are ever to correct the projector and judgment our country, as well as all countries, is headed to, we must come to an understanding about life itself and what it means to live life on earth as a heavenly citizen. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of understanding our common definition of life. Until next time, remember to keep the faith, stay strong, and continue to shine your light in the world. To hear these daily devotions of your daily bread, please log on to goddessgovernment.com. Goodbye, and may your faith always lead the way.